Guys, I've been to the mountaintop, and I got something to say, all right? I'm unveiling the new long-term profit goal. Are you guys ready for this? Drum roll, please. This is going to blow your mind, okay? This is what we're going to do. This is good.
$30 million? There's only two of us.
We made $63,000 in gross sales last year. That's everything.
Okay, look, I'm a visionary. Okay, what you're witnessing right here, this is leadership. I'm looking at where we're going to be 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. Did Henry Fonda, when he invented the Model T, were they sitting around going, how are we going to build this car? No. Okay, they got their hands dirty, they grabbed the bull by the horns, and then they killed it.
Okay, so what's the plan?
Step one, okay? We're going to maximize efficiency. Number two, write this down. Number two, step three, emulsification. Listen, if you guys follow those steps, we're gonna hit our goal by the winter of 2032. Okay, what an incredible Christmas that'll be. All right, so you guys know what you're doing?
No.
Awesome, all right, I'm gonna hit the links. Ooh, Daddy likes.
Get ready to enter the Thrive Time Show.
We started from the bottom, now we hit. We started from the bottom and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we hit. We started from the bottom, now we hit.
We started from the bottom, now we're on the top. Teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colin Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of five, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the CNC up on your radio. And now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we hit.
Yes, 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 and yes. Thrive Nation, we're talking about how to lead meetings that don't feel like beatings. What? How do you lead a staff meeting that doesn't feel like you're beating your staff with a staff? I think a lot of times as entrepreneurs, we know what we need to do. We have built the systems, the checklists, the processes. We've clearly defined what we know. We've clearly written down what our employees need to do. I mean, we've made the checklist, we made the processes, it's written down. There is a checklist for everything. We've communicated clearly what needs to be done. But then we have to follow up to make sure that it was done. And so one great way to make sure that the team starts off in a productive way is to have a weekly meeting. That's a great way to keep the team encouraged and motivated. So we're going to talk about today how to have that weekly staff meeting that doesn't feel like a beating, but then we're also going to talk about following up and how to follow up. And because I believe that you as a listener out there don't need to listen to the advice from anybody, I try to only invite people that actually know what they're talking about on today's show. And so on today's show, we've got Gabe Salinas. He's grown a company called Window Ninjas. Window Ninjas, that's the website. Gabe, welcome on to the Thrive Time Show. How are you, sir?
I'm great, Clay. Thanks for having me. Good talking to you again.
Now, Gabe, just to provide a little context so our listeners know that I didn't meet you in a back alley yesterday or in a dumpster somewhere. Your business, tell us the website for your company, and how long have you been in business, sir?
Website is windowninjas.com, and we have been in operation for right around 6 years now.
Windowninjas.com, that's the website, windowninjas.com. And how many locations do you have at this point, sir?
Currently, we are servicing 12 different cities throughout 4 states.
12 different cities in 4 different states. And how long have we known you there, Gabe, roughly, just so people know some context of our relationship?
We've been together for about 3 years now. I literally think we're coming up on our 3-year anniversary.
And how much growth have you had? And just to be clear about our relationship, we're a business consultant, a business growth consulting company. We do not clean windows. We did not invent Window Ninjas. This is a company that Gabe founded. But how much growth have you had during these past 3 years, just to give the listeners a little context?
Currently, we have just over doubled our size since 6 years ago, or 3 years ago when we met.
Amen to that. So let's talk about it now. The weekly staff meeting. Why is it important that you have a weekly staff meeting? So step one, folks, if you're taking notes, you have to schedule a weekly staff meeting. Why is it important that, much like our weekly coaching calls, why is it important to have a weekly staff meeting?
Oh, Clay, there's a multitude of reasons. As a matter of fact, it's funny that right before doing this, I was literally writing out the agenda for Monday's weekly sales meeting. So I am really prepared for this one. But man, first of all, the most important thing you want to do is you want to check the deliverables. What are the measurable items that each person on the specific team, whether it's a sales team or a service team or even an accounting team, what are the measurables that those people are responsible for, and did they hit their numbers? So the first thing we do after we celebrate the big wins from the week and make sure that everybody's doing great, they've got them all focused, they're all amped up. What are the measurables? Did they hit their numbers? Did they hit the KPIs? Did they make the amount of calls that they were supposed to make every single day? Did they send out the correct amount of follow-ups? Did they capture every lead that came into the one box? Was anything left open-ended from last week? What burning fires do we have? I mean, there's a lot of things that you got to cover that in one meeting from the previous week that was going on in the business. And that's the number one reason why you want to have a weekly staff meeting.
Now, I'm going to go through, and again, there's entire books written about this, and I try to make the Thrive Time Show the most practical show on the planet. So I'm going to walk you through the must-haves and the agenda, Gabe, and that way the listeners can take notes, and then I'll get your thoughts on each one of these. One, you always want to start off with wins of the week. Every time you start your staff meeting, you want to go, all right, everybody, welcome to today's meeting. There are 3 people here, me, you, and someone else. There's 3 of us. Great. It's our staff meeting. Some companies, it's like, hey, everybody, welcome to the meeting, and there's 100 people. Sometimes you say, welcome to the meeting, and there's 8 people. But you say, well, let's go ahead and start by celebrating some wins. What are some wins of the week? And if your employees don't have any wins of the week, be prepared to introduce a win of the week. Like, well, we're alive, folks, okay? And if your business is growing, that's always something to celebrate. So 1, you want to celebrate those wins of the week. 2, you want to allow time to discuss the burning fires. These are burning fires or issues that need to be discussed, issues of the week, okay? 3rd, you want to follow up on the key performance indicators / metrics to make sure that things got done. 4, you want to provide some training. That might be called motivational or in skill training. You want to do that. And then 5, you want to have a call to action. You want everyone to leave knowing specifically what they need to do. So let's kind of go through those. The wins of the week, we talked about that. Why do you have to go over the burning fires or issues of the week? Why do you have to go over what issues came up in the field in your 12 locations during that weekly meeting?
Well, typically what we find is those issues that come up in the field, Clay, need to be addressed in one way, shape, or form or the other. It's either got to be talked to with the service personnel or the people that are doing the scheduling on the sales side. Typically, we find those problems to be in one of those 2 areas or both. And where did it start? Let's say it started with the sales team by taking a sales call that maybe they didn't follow the script 100%. Maybe they didn't ask all of the proper questions that they should have asked to the consumer about the specific service that they were looking to have done. And so because they failed to do that specific aspect of their job, it created an issue for a service member, because when he shows up to maybe wash a brick home, that typically we find that brick homes are not painted, but with this particular customer, they have a painted brick home. Well, the cost is going to change. It's a little more expensive to clean a house that has painted brick than it is to wash a house that has non-painted brick. But measuring those kind of things, did you follow the script? Did you ask the right questions? Okay, those 2 things right there are great questions to ask the sales team member if they did their job. And if we don't cover those things, then they don't learn from it. So it doesn't really have to be a beating. It's hey, you didn't do your job, you suck. It's more like, did you? Why did you go down that road? How did you come up with that solution? Now, what kind of result did it create for these guys over here? Was it a success or a failure? Can you tell me that information? And by engaging each person or each salesperson or service person, whoever it is that you guys are having a meeting with, it's important that you engage and train at the same time. You got to engage and you got to educate and train all at the same time. That's why these weekly meetings are so important, because then everybody else that's in the meeting can learn from it, and they can also bring the information that they have learned over the past year or 2 or however long they've been with the company and help that employee get better. So that's another aspect, a good aspect of having a weekly team meeting.
Now, the third thing you want to cover in every single meeting, and you have to have the meeting every week. It has to be consistent. You can't be willy-nilly about it. You can't be squirrely about it. You can't be ambiguous about it. You can't have gray area about it. You can't say, well, we might not have the meeting. You have to have a weekly meeting. The third is you have to follow up. Follow up on the key performance indicators. Now, If you don't follow up, now this just in, if you have a sales team that makes sales calls and they know that you will not play their recorded calls during your sales meeting, guess what? They're not going to follow the script. If you have a team that cleans windows and they know that you will not follow up on the key performance indicators like did you get a Google review, did you go for the cross-sell, did you introduce the customer to all the products and services we provide, did you leave the work site clean, did you follow the checklist, guess what? They will not follow those systems. They just won't do it. Talk to me about the importance of the follow-up.
Man, the follow-up is huge. I mean, you said it best, too. I mean, if you're not playing those recorded phone calls, then you're right, man. That just tells the team that you're not following up. If your manager isn't doing the things that he's supposed to do, then that means that the employees underneath him aren't going to do the things that they're supposed to do. And hey, as the owner of a company or an owner of a business or even just a leader of some sort of organization, it's important that the leader always checks their KPIs and follows up with why were they great? Why were they down? Okay. How did we get here to the great thing? How did we get here when they're bad? And make sure that the leader has to make sure that he is acknowledging both the good and the bad. It can't all be bad. That's where the beatings come in. That's where people get in that lull of like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. If you're only talking about the bad things and you leave out the good things that employees do, man, that's a bad road to go down, just like not having a weekly sales meeting. So Clay, one of the things that we do over here at Window Ninjas is every single week, we have a sales meeting, we have a service tech meeting, we have an accounting meeting. Each department has a meeting. Get them all together, boom. And we always starts with those big wins. What did the team do great, right? We acknowledge those great things. What are the burning fires? Hey, listen, we know you made a mistake. You showed that you had a spark earlier in the week because you did these great things. But, hey, we made a mistake here. How do we correct that? So it's really important that you play both sides of the fence, Clay, when you're having these meetings. And it makes it fun and everybody else learns from it.
This is so important, though. I'm telling you, folks, if you don't follow up in that meeting and you don't catch people doing the right thing and praise them for doing it, and you don't follow up on them not doing something, things won't happen. You got to follow up every single week. 4, you got to provide that training and that motivation, the training on maybe how to organize your day, how to clean the windows, how to build the thing, how to make the sales call better, how to clean the carpets, how to train the dog. You just ongoing skill development training. For sake of time, I'm not going to get too deep into that. The next is you want to have a call to action, okay? You want to have a call to action. People need to lead the meeting knowing what they need to do. People need to leave the meeting knowing what they need to do. People need to leave the meeting knowing what they need to do. This is very unlike a lot of meetings. Yeah. People need to leave the meeting knowing what they need to do. What? Yes, people need to leave the meeting. Folks, knowledge without execution is completely meaningless. Vision without execution is completely meaningless. Education without implementation is meaningless. So I want to, now that we've covered what we need to go over to make our meetings not feel like beatings, now it's Tuesday because the meeting's on Monday. The weekly meeting's on Monday. Now we're talking about Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Final question I have for you. How important is it for you to personally and or to have a member of your team follow up? You have 12 locations now. You have a lot of growth, many, many employees. How important is it that there's somebody following up with your people every day?
I mean, it's massive. I mean, especially when you get to the size of where we are now. I mean, if you have a lot of different locations, there's a lot of leaders that are in your organization, and you have to depend on those leaders to follow up. So that's another reason why it's important to have weekly meetings with staff and your leaders in general, so that they understand the value of following up. And you can tell, Clay, it's funny because it's Saturday today where I am. I'm assuming it's Saturday where you are too. But I come into the office this morning. Things are great. I want to get some stuff done, and I look at one of my trucks, and bam, it's got a big old gash in the side of it. Man, Hey, I don't take a day off. I call the manager of the location. I say, what's going on with the truck? Send him a picture, send him a text. Boom, he calls me back immediately. Hey, I found out about that yesterday. It's my fault. I was going to bring it up to you on Monday. I apologize. Hey, I should have got a hold of you today. That was his answer. This is what happened. I knew about it. Employee told me we're getting it fixed. It's handled. Hey, cool. That's what I needed to know. But it's the follow-up and the fact that our team members know that they are going to be followed up with every single time there's some sort of actionable item delivered to them that gives us the confidence in them, because when we make those phone calls like the one I just gave you, it's quick, answered, yes, I know. I thought I was just being right by not telling you on a Saturday morning, but it's my fault. Obviously, that isn't correct. I know now. I won't let that happen again. The next time it happens, I'll let you know immediately, and we can put it to bed. I was like, cool. But it's those kind of things, by having those meetings every single week, that allows your leaders to be great, your other employees to be great. And if you don't check those measurables and you don't stay on top of them with follow-up, man, it's going to be a bad day.
You know,
It's
and
just going to
working with your business and helping you guys grow, one thing I want to brag on you, a character trait that you have either developed or already had, is you don't mind following up every day with the same people about the same things. Like, you are obsessive about making sure the quality of the phone calls is hot, that the calls are recorded, that people follow the script. And you follow up. And one thing that a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with is we often want to manage people the way we would want to be managed. Most entrepreneurs are self-starting, they're self-employed, they're self-motivated, they're self-driven. And so most entrepreneurs don't typically have people following up with them a lot because that's the kind of person they are. They just get stuff done. But what would happen if you did not follow up with your team, or if your management team didn't follow up with the people? Would the checklists, the scripts, and the processes be followed if your team didn't follow up every day?
Clay, that's a great question. And if I didn't follow up, and for all of your listeners out there, if you don't follow up and you don't check your KPIs and you don't look over your employees and you have this lackadaisical attitude about it, your business is gonna go to hell. I mean, it's just gonna be in the toilet. Your level of customer service is gonna be average and ordinary, if that. Okay, your employees' attitude are going to be below average and ordinary, if that. And before too long, your bank account is going to be well below average and ordinary, if that. So I literally just had two experiences today, Clay, with customer service that I call is the modern day era of nothingness. It's an attitude. It's like, hey, I'm just here, man. I don't know why you're asking me questions. I'm just here. Why you want to be that way, man? It's like you're looking at this guy like, it's because you work here. I'm asking for you to help me. Why are you coming at me with an attitude? Because I'm just asking you for help, my man. You know? I mean, but that's kind of the world that we live in, and that is a byproduct of people not following up, leaders not following up, owners not following up with the people that are operating within their business. So it's super important. Everybody should do this every single week, whether you got a team of 1, a team of 10, a team of 10,000. You got to have your meetings every week. You got to check your deliverables. You got to praise your employees when they do great things. And you got to make sure you correct them when they don't do the things that they're not supposed to be doing.
Amen to that. Now, final 30 seconds, folks. If you're looking to buy a franchise, an opportunity for a business that can create both time freedom and financial freedom for you, check out windowninjas.com. Windowninjas.com. Gabe and his team will sit down with you. They will schedule a consultation with you, and you can see whether you'd be a good fit to own a windowninjas.com franchise. A lot of franchises like McDonald's, some of these things, they cost millions of dollars. For a Window Ninjas franchise for under $100,000, that you can have your own business and you can learn all the systems and processes. They'll actually sit down with you and do a discovery day. They'll meet you, greet you, shake your hand, walk you through what it's like to own a Window Ninjas, teach you the arts of the window cleaning, gutter cleaning, pressure washing, dry vent cleaning, chimney sweeping, all of that. And it really is a fantastic opportunity. Again, that's a free consultation. If you want to learn more, just go to windowninjas.com, windowninjas.com. Gabe, final thoughts here, sir. I'll give the floor to you. What's the final word you want to share with our listeners, sir?
Hey, final word I want to share with our listeners is this. If you're looking for a great opportunity and you really want to make some good, profitable money, put a lot of money in your pocket, and you believe in customer service. I think everybody here can tell that I'm a customer service guy, and I am willing to serve anybody the proper way. If you are that person and you are looking for a great opportunity and you like to serve people and you like to hold people accountable, by all means, reach out to us over here at Window Ninjas, 833-NINJAS-1. Look us up on the website, windowninjas.com. Shoot us an email. Give us a call. Come talk to us. We'd love to talk to you, learn more about you, and we would love to have people like you be members of our organization as a franchisee. That's the last thing I would like to leave with everybody, Clay. And I hope you guys out there in the world visit us at windowninjas.com and reach out to me, Gabe Salinas, and let's talk about how we can form a bond together that's successful for you as well as Window Ninjas.
Gabe, thank you so much for carving out time for us, folks. That's Gabe Salinas with WindowNinjas.com. Take care of, sir. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, Clay. We'll look forward to talking to you soon.
All right, bye.
The number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year. We are Jared and Jennifer Johnson. We own Platinum Pest and Lawn and are located in Owasso, Oklahoma. And we have been working with Thrive for business coaching for almost a year now.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to share some wins with you guys that we've had by working with Thrive. First of all, we're on the top page of Google now. Okay. I just want to let you know what type of accomplishment this is. Our competition, Orkin, Terminex, they're both $1.3 billion companies. They both have 2,000 to 3,000 pages of content attached to their website. So to basically go from virtually non-existent on Google to up on the top page is really saying something. But that's come by being diligent to the systems that Thrive has, by being consistent and diligent on doing podcasts and staying on top of those podcasts to really help with getting up on with their listing and ranking there with Google.
And also we've been trying to get Google reviews, asking our customers for reviews. And now we're the highest rated and most reviewed pest and lawn company in the Tulsa area. And that's really helped with our conversion rate. And the number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year.
Wait, say that again. How much are we up?
411%.
Okay, so 411% we're up with our new customers. Amazing.
Right. So not only do we have more customers calling in, we're able to close those deals at a much higher rate than we were before. Right now, our closing rate is about 85%, and that's largely due to, first of all, like our Google reviews that we've gotten people really see that our customers are happy, but also we have a script that we follow. And so when customers call in, they get all the information that they need. That script has been refined time and time again. It wasn't a one and done deal. It was a system that we followed with Thrive in the refining process, and that has obviously the 411% shows that system works.
Yeah. So here's a big one for you. So last week alone, our booking percentage was 91%. We actually booked more deals, more new customers last year than we did the first 5 months. Or I'm sorry, we booked more deals last week than we did the first 5 months of last year from before we worked with Thrive. So again, we booked more deals last week than the first 5 months of last year. And it's incredible. But the reason why we have that success is by implementing the systems that Thrive has taught us and helped us out with. So.
Some of those systems that we've implemented are group interviews. That way we've really been able to come up with a really great team. We've created and implemented checklists. That way everything gets done and it gets done right. It creates accountability. We're able to make sure that everything gets done properly, both out in the field and also in our office. And also doing the podcast, like Jared had mentioned, that has really, really contributed to our success. But that, like I said, the diligence and consistency in doing those and that system has really, really been a big blessing in our lives. And also, it's really shown that we've gotten the success from following those systems.
Yeah. So before working with Thrive, we were basically stuck. Really no new growth with our business. And we were in a rut and we didn't know.
The last 3 years, our customer base had pretty much stayed the same. We weren't shrinking, but we weren't really growing either.
Yeah, and so we didn't really know where to go, what to do, how to get out of this rut that we're in. But Thrive helped us with that. They implemented those systems. That they taught us those systems. They taught us the knowledge that we needed in order to succeed. Now it's been a grind. Absolutely, it's been a grind this last year. But we're getting those fruits from that hard work and the diligent effort that we're able to put into it. So again, we were in a rut. Thrive helped us get out of that rut. And if you're thinking about working with Thrive, quit thinking about it and just do it. Do the action, and you'll get the results. It will take hard work and discipline, but that's what it's going to take in order to really succeed. So we just want to give a big shout out to Thrive, a big thank you out there to Thrive. We wouldn't be where we're at now without their help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Moore. I'm a pediatric dentist. Through our new digital marketing plan, we have seen a marked increase in the number of new patients that we're seeing every month, year over year. 1 month, for example, we went from 110 new patients the previous year to over 180 new patients in the same month. And overall, our average is running about 40 to 42% increase month over month, year over year. The group of people required to implement our new digital marketing plan is immense, starting with a business coach, videographers, photographers, web designers. Back when I graduated dental school in 1985, nobody advertised. The only marketing that was ethically allowed in everybody's eyes was mouth-to-mouth marketing. By choosing to use the services, you're choosing to use a proven turnkey marketing and coaching system that will grow your practice and get you the results that you're looking for. I went to the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry, graduated in 1983, and then I did my pediatric dental residency at Baylor College of Dentistry from 1983 to 1985.
Hello, my name is Charles Colaw with Colaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Cockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours where he does these tours all across the country where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. So I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy, Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company or, navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us. This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See, it's nice, right? So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
The Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the highest and most reviewed business workshops on the planet.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot-coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
Hey, I'm Ryan Wimpy with Tip Top Canine, and I'm the founder.
I'm Rachel Wimpy, and I am a co-founder.
So we've been running Tip Top for about the last 14 years, franchising for the last 3-4 years. So someone that'd be a good fit for Tip Top loves dogs, they're high energy, they want to be able to own their own job, but they don't want to worry about, that high failure rate. They want to do that like bowling with bumper lanes.
So you give us a call, reach out to us, we'll call you, and then we'll send you an FDD, look over that, read it, fall asleep to it, it's very boring, and then we'll book a discovery day, and you come and you can spend a day or two with us, make sure that you actually like it, make sure training dogs is something that you want to do.
So an FDD is a franchise disclosure document. It's a federally regulated document that goes into all the nitty-gritty details of what the franchise agreement entails.
So who would be a good fit to buy a Tip Top Canine would be somebody who loves dogs, who wants to work with dogs all day as their profession. You'll make a lot of money, you'll have a lot of fun, it's very rewarding. And who would not be a good fit is a cat person.
So the upfront cost for Tip Top is $43,000. And a lot of people say they're generating doctor money, but on our disclosure, the numbers are anywhere from over $1 million a year in dog training, what our Oklahoma City location did last year, to 25-35 grand a month.
To train and get trained by us for Tip Top Canine, to run your own Tip Top Canine, you would be with us for 6 weeks here in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So we've been married for 7 years.
8 years.
8 years. So if you're watching this video, you're like, hey, maybe I want to be a dog trainer. Hey, that would sound super amazing. Go go to our website, tiptopk9.com, click on the yellow franchising tab, fill out the form, and Rachel and I will give you a call. Our Oklahoma City location last year, they did over $1 million. He's been running that shop for 3 years. Before, he was a youth pastor with 0 sales experience, 0 dog training experience before he ever met with us.
So just call us, come spend a day with us, spend a couple days with us, make sure you like training dogs, and own your own business.
Well, the biggest reason to buy a Tip Top K9 is so you own your own job and you own your own future, and you don't hate your life. You get an enjoyable job that brings a lot of income but is really rewarding.
My name is Seth Flint, and I had originally heard about Tip Top K9 through my old pastors who I worked for. They trained their Great Pyrenees with Ryan and Tip Top K9. They did a phenomenal job and became really good friends with Ryan and Rachel. I was working at a local church, and it was a great experience. I ended up leaving there and working with Ryan and Tip Top K9. The biggest thing that I really enjoy about being self-employed is that I can create my own schedule. I have the ability to spend more time with my family, my wife and my daughter. So my very favorite thing about training dogs with Tip Top K9 is that I get to work with the people. Obviously, I love working with dogs, but it's just so rewarding to be able to train a dog that had serious issues, whether it's behavioral or whatever, and seeing a transformation, taking that dog home, and mom and dad are literally in tears because of how happy they are with the training. If somebody is interested, I'd say don't hesitate. Make sure you like dogs. Make sure that you enjoy working with people because we're not just dog trainers. We are customer service people that help dogs, and so definitely don't hesitate. Just come in and ask questions. Ask all the questions you have.